The Joe Rogan Experience.
If you ever do Be Real Smoke Box, be very careful.
Oh, yeah. I've been asked to.
Please be careful, because you got to drive home after that, and you don't even know where you are. If it wasn't for navigation systems, I'd still be living in downtown LA.
Yeah.
I would have never figured out how to get home.
That's what the Tesla comes in for.
Let it drive for you. Yeah. It's like these guys just smoke all day, every day, and to them, that's their baseline. Like, their normal is just being super duper high, so they're used to it. Like, we got so high before we even got into the car, and then you get into the car with the cameras in it, and they do like this podcast, and you're like, it's surreal. It's like an out-of-body experience.
Yeah.
And you feel really paranoid and really worked up. Like, oh.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't like that shit. I don't like that. Why even bother doing that? No one likes that.
They do.
Obviously,
somebody likes that.
How?
There's people that like that. Yeah.
They put the leaf blowers full of weed and just blow it on each other. There's tons of videos of that going on.
Yeah.
Those like High Times conventions and cannabis cups.
Yeah, they take a leaf blower and they pump a bong up.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I mean, but these are the arguments for weed being illegal. It's like, look at these idiots.
It's also butt chugging.
Butt chugging.
Yeah.
So.
But the thing is, like, it's weird. It's like we have this line of personal responsibility, right? You can go to any bar, and they don't check to see if you've already been drinking. They don't know what your tolerance is. They don't know anything. You get to any bar, you give me 2 shots of Jack Daniels and Grey Goose on the rocks. They just give it to you. Bang. Nobody cares. They just think you can figure it out. How much of a responsibility does a bartender actually have?
A lot.
Do they?
Yeah, they can go to jail too.
The bartender can.
If they don't
Depending on the
stop you.
state, I think, yeah.
That to me is so ridiculous. I don't think I think
Overserved, like if you get overserved and they can prove it, you're just as responsible if he like drives home drunk and kills somebody.
if you know someone's going to drive, the problem is, like I was talking about this on stage once, that the real problem with drunk driving is not that people can't drive when they're drunk. The problem when you're drinking is you don't know if you can drive or not. You don't know how drunk you are because you're drunk. Like you might have 3 drinks and you might fail a drunk driving breathalyzer, but you might be able to drive perfectly, But if you have 4 drinks or 5 drinks, you might think it's okay to have 6 or 7. Like you don't know where you are. You don't know like where you are on the spectrum of drunk or not drunk when you're really drunk. That's part of being drunk. You don't know what the fuck's going on. That's why that's why the consent issue when you're really drunk is weird. It's because it's like some people like to get drunk and have sex. And then some people say, well, you should never have sex with someone when they're drunk because they can't consent because they're drunk. Okay. But then that's like 90% of all people having sex.
Yeah.
Like how many people have sex while they're drunk?
I only have sex when I'm drunk. I have to be drunk. I don't know. I'm dealing with a bunch of stuff.
Dealing with a bunch of stuff. Yeah. Well, I think autonomous cars, that's gonna be very interesting how they deal with alcohol in autonomous cars. Because if like you have a drunk mode, like if autonomous car, like say if you have a Tesla in 2026, right, and it has the option to be completely autonomous, it drives on its own, or you can go manual. So it detects that you're drunk. It says, Mr. Redban, you are intoxicated. We would like to drive. And then you have to let it take you. Like, do you think there's going to be a point in time where drunk driving doesn't apply because your car is going to drive you home?
It makes the final decision for you. I'm all for it.
Like, it wouldn't be hard to have a breathalyzer on a car.
They do that now.
Yeah, I have a friend who he got arrested for a DUI, like more than one, and he had to blow into his thing on his work van. He had to blow into his little thing before it would let him start the car.
Yeah.
This is another Demolition Man coming full circle again, because there's that scene where he gets in and he makes the car. He's like, "Give me control," and she's like, "What the fuck are you doing? You're gonna drive?" And he's like, "Yeah, manual control. Give me that shit." And he chases after the guy.
What year was Demolition Man supposed to be in?
Now I think I'll double check. But like it came out like
I might need to watch that again.
Wesley Snipes.
They're doing that THC breathalyzer next year.
What are they going to find out?
Supposedly it detects if there's THC, like if you have smoked in the last whatever 3
The
hours.
problem with that is they've done studies that show that people drive well when they're high. You know, they have done studies. There's been these tests, and they're not, it's not randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled studies, but they have done some studies where they show that people drive well high. I know they have.
2030.
Look at me.
2032 is when it takes.
2032, that's not far away. That's actually pretty close.
It gets frozen for 36 years and wakes up in 2032.
Oh, wow. Isn't that funny? What they used to think is going to be going on. Like, in 2000, they'll just be able to freeze you.
Wasn't that Back to the Future that was like 2017 or something like that? Back to the Future 2?
Yeah.
And then you look at it, you're like, that's...
when they came back, the second one, Back to the Future 2.